From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an Energy FC Weekly Update. I'm Jenny Carlson here in studio with two guests this week, head coach Steve Cook and Juan Pablo Guzman, our first player of the year to come in the studio. So thanks for coming, Juan. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, guys, let's start with this. Coach, let's start with Saturday's road loss. You guys head to Fresno. It was the first ever matchup between you guys and Fresno. Didn't get the result you wanted. But that was at the end of a really tough stretch for your guys, just in terms of number of matches in a short amount of time. What did you see out of your guys on Saturday?
You know, as always with this group of players, it saw an incredible amount of fight and an incredible amount of togetherness. They kept working right the way throughout, and unfortunately we conceded a late goal. The early goal we conceded was probably going to be USL goal of the week. Kafa scored a fantastic free kick, and we recovered really well and fought all the way to the end. And sometimes that happens. You're right, it was a long week. I think we had 7 flights in an 8-day period and 3 games in that, and different surfaces and time zones, but no excuses. We dust ourselves down and we get back on with it this week and get ready to play Portland on Saturday. What
was the challenge, Juan, in your mind to have those 3 matches in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, it's a lot of travel, and it's 3 very important games. So I think you take 1 game at a time, and but yeah, obviously your body and your mind feels a bit fatigued at the end, but we just have to focus on the next game.
Do you guys feel like with that stretch, you're not going to have a ton of those this year, Coach, but I mean, you will have some. Did you learn some things about, you know, just how to this particular group of guys, how to manage them when you have that circumstance again?
Yeah, as always, you know, there's no point getting too high when you win games, and I think some people after the game one had a little bit of a criticism of me, saying that, you know, he wasn't so excited, but you learn in this journey that we're all on in soccer that there's no point getting too down or too high. It's really just about focusing on the next training session and the next game, and this week happens to be Portland in town, so we're excited for that challenge and learn the lessons, yes, but don't dwell on them too long. Really focus on moving forwards and trying to be as energetic and as positive as we can be heading into a big game this weekend.
Juan, I know Coach used some bench minutes on Saturday in Fresno to preserve legs. How are you feeling? How are the guys feeling now, you know, a few days after that tough stretch?
Yeah, good. I think you know, some guys that hadn't played a lot got some good minutes, and they did really well, which is great for the group.
Yeah.
And everyone's taking care of themselves this week, and a lot of good rest and some sharp training, so I think we'll be good for Saturday.
Does it feel like a breath of fresh air to know you've got a week between games? I mean, you got, and you'll be at home. No flights to get this Portland match underway on Saturday night.
Look, it's always great to sleep in your own bed and you know, have food on a regular schedule and that kind of thing. Most importantly for me is that we get to train and we get to prepare properly. You know, and when you play 3 games, it's really just play, recover, and we don't get a chance to think too much about you know, the details that are necessary. So hopefully this week we can get some of those details worked out and learn some good lessons and really move forward in a positive direction. You know, again, I'm not too much for looking backwards too far. You know, look forwards, and hopefully that we can do that this week and get a great result in front of our great fans.
7 o'clock start on Saturday, by the way. Tickets starting as low as $10, and fans can enjoy $2 cans of Corona Light at the match. It doesn't say you guys can. Sorry about that. But Juan, I'm curious, Portland Timbers too will be coming in here on a stretch somewhat similar to what you guys just went through. They've got a run of matches here in a short time span with a lot of travel. As a player, knowing that they are coming in under those circumstances, do you try to adjust? Do you try to attack more? Do you try to use some of that to your advantage in this match on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have a plan going into the game, knowing that they have a long week, and but it doesn't change the game and the basic concept of what we want to do. But maybe, yeah, at certain times in the game we want to do different things based on what the kind of week they've had.
A familiar face out there, Steve, too, and at least to locals in Lamar Batista, a Heritage Hall product, and you being a guy that's always been on the development side. I mean, this is a story for local soccer fans to be able to see what's possible, really, I would think.
Yeah, I think all credit to Lamar. He's a fantastic young man, and he's a very good player, and he's really just starting out on his career in Portland, and I think he's going to have a long, successful career ahead of him. credit to his family as well, who we know very, very well. Hopefully some of that, the niceties go out the window on Wednesday night and we come out and do a job of performing. But I really believe that Lamar is a great story. He is credit not only to himself and his family, but many, many people who've worked with him in the local community. And I think it shows people the vision of what is possible if people work hard and they maximise their abilities with hard work and effort every single day, then they also have a chance to build great careers. And Lamar is testament to that. And certainly coming from Oklahoma City here, he's going to make a lot of people proud. Let's just hope that it's not on Wednesday night.
Well, you know, obviously, as Coach said, Juan, I mean, the niceties go out the window. You guys want to get back on the winning side of things. Home field has been really advantageous to you guys. What's the mentality of guys right now, not having had the results here during this stretch that you guys would have wanted?
Yeah, I think a little unlucky and disappointed with the results, but every guy's focused on the next game, and I think that's what's really great about our group. You know, just short memory, learn from the loss, take the good things, and really focused on this next game on Saturday.
Yeah. Let's tell people a little bit about you if they come out to see some matches, may see you running around out there. A side of you that is really interesting this last offseason, even though you're on a team of, you know, worldly players from all over the globe, you went to Egypt. Talk a little bit about that trip. Why did you go? What was the purpose of that trip?
Yeah, so I just got invited by a friend to go and support another friend in Egypt that runs a soccer school called the Peace Academy. And they train coaches all over Egypt and have over 500 coaches working with youth all over the country. So it was a chance to go and spend 10 days kind of investing in these guys' lives and teaching them not only about soccer and how to be a good coach, but the whole character side of how do you love your players and develop them not just as soccer players but as people and as young men and even girls. They have girls in the academy. So yeah, it was really special. Amazing country, beautiful people, and really sweet opportunity. And
you got to see some of the sites that, you know, obviously soccer was the reason, but to get that cultural experience too, I would imagine, you know, once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. The last 2 or 3 days we spent in Cairo seeing the pyramids and going to the museum and went to the library in Alexandria, which is unbelievable. So all that, you know, made the trip really fun. And
even went with one of your energy teammates. I mean, you don't get that opportunity very often either.
Yeah. So it was my cousin who's on the team as well, Juan Nino, was on the trip with us, and just really special to be able to share that with him.
Yeah. We talk about soccer being a world game, Steve. I mean, this is, but you also, you know, sometimes you need to remember that there are countries that need help with the development phase of things too.
Yeah, look, it really is the world's game, and for anybody who's been in this industry for a long period of time, you meet people from all over the world, from all sorts of backgrounds and ethnicities and religions and all sorts of different cultures, and you learn that people generally all over the world are really fantastic people, and they have a lot to give and a lot to share. And I think, as Juan Pablo said there, that positive energy about working with people, not only on how to coach the game and how to work in the game, but also how to improve people's lives and how to give back to communities is really important. And that's something I think that we at Energy FC, led by our ownership, have done a really great job of, is making sure that there is also a bigger picture and a bigger message, as well as just the work and the soccer side. There is a whole big picture that is there to be embraced, and credit to Juan Pablo and Juan Nino for going to Egypt this off-season.
Well, and a similar type of program, you've got a couple guys from Ghana, right, that are from similar circumstances, probably here because of some of those development projects over the years.
Yeah, you know, again, you learn in our job that you meet people from all over the world, and obviously Francis Atueni, Ima Tumasi have come in from the Right to Dream Academy in Ghana, and their story is incredibly special, and I hope someday that they get to do it justice by telling their story of not only their background from Ghana, but also their arrival into the United States and their subsequent college careers that then takes them into professional soccer. It's a truly wonderful, heartwarming story that is to be shared and embraced by everybody. And I think what you learn about not only that story but many stories like this is that again, with effort and commitment, and maybe a little bit of luck along the way as well, and been in the right place at the right time. A lot of different people have a great opportunity to be successful in their lives, whether it's in soccer, like we get really fortunate to do, or anything that they want to turn their hand at. If they commit enough and they work hard enough, there's a lot of big things possible for a lot of people.
Juan Pablo, do you think you look at soccer any differently after that experience in Egypt this last summer?
Yeah, and I've gotten to go to many countries and do similar things. So it always puts things in perspective, and it's beautiful because you can take a soccer ball anywhere and not share language, and there's instant connection and instant camaraderie with people, and it puts everything in perspective in the fact that we're so blessed to be able to do what we do here in the States, the things that we have on a day-to-day basis. So it makes you really thankful.
Sounds like you'd go back if given the chance.
Yeah, well, I promised them I'd be back.
So you have to go back.
All the coaches are Facebook friends now, and they're always asking, we miss you guys, come back. So. And
technology, what you keep up with people now at the drop of a hat, really. You can find out how your students are doing over there, right?
Yeah. I mean, I see pictures of them and stay in touch.
And I'm sure they're seeing pictures of you and wanting to keep up with your season too, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, Saturday night, Energy FC back on the pitch at Taft Stadium. It's a 7 o'clock start against the Portland Timbers 2. You can go to Energy FC for all sorts of information about tickets, game times, and anything else related to the Energy. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.